in the misty glow of Seattle's streetlights, where rain often blurs the line between hope and heartache. I stand as Ethan Hayes, 37, a self-made real estate visionary who rose from the ashes of a shattered past. But to understand the fire that forged me, we must rewind to the quiet town of Willow Creek, Pennsylvania, the cradle of my joys and deepest wounds. Back in the 1980s, Willow Creek was a postcard of leafy avenues and weathered, clapboard homes. Our family dwelled in a sprawling Victorian manor, its creaking floors echoing with my mother Amelia's warm laughter, a melody that wrapped around me like a soft blanket. She was my beacon, with eyes that sparkled like summer stars and arms always open for a hug. We'd spend lazy afternoons in the sun-dappled garden, her teaching me to craft delicate origami birds, or we'd perch on the porch swing, watching the sky bleed orange as she whispered tales of magic and resilience. The kitchen would hum with the scent of warm apple pie, her voice lilting through old folk songs that still echo in my dreams. My father, Marcus Hayes, built Hayes Properties from the ground up, a thriving real estate firm that demanded his time on the road. Yet when he returned, his arrivals were like holidays, bearing a shiny model plane, a colorful storybook, or just a bear hug that made me feel invincible. That warmth shattered when I was 8. Amelia was struck by breast cancer, a relentless shadow that claimed her in mere months. I can still see her in that sterile hospital room, her frail hand in mine, her smile flickering like a dying candle. "Ethan, promise me you'll stay brave," she murmured, her voice a fragile thread. "I'm right here in your heart." Then her eyes drifted shut, and the world went dark. Her funeral blurs in my mind like a rain-smeared window. The muffled sobs, the relentless drizzle drumming on black umbrellas, and a void that swallowed me whole. Marcus held me close that day, his strong frame trembling, but it was the last flicker of our bond. Grief twisted him. He buried himself in work, leaving me adrift in that echoing house, clinging to Amelia's faded scarf, her leather-bound journal, and the origami birds we'd made together. By age 10, Marcus introduced Cassandra, a sleek woman with platinum waves and a gaze sharp as shattered glass. She swept in with her kids, Brooke and Dylan, like a storm cloud over our fragile sky. "This is your new mom," he announced, but her cold elegance screamed intruder. The manor, already heavy with loss, grew stifling under her rule. She rearranged rooms with ruthless precision, dictating meals and routines, while Marcus, entranced by her poise, turned a blind eye as I faded into the background. Brooke, 2 years my senior, wore a perpetual sneer behind her polished facade. Dylan, a year younger, was a whirlwind of spite, shoving me in hallways or smashing my things with glee. They'd corner me when alone, Brooke hissing Mama's boy like venom, Dylan snickering as he wrecked my toys. Cassandra not only ignored it, but fueled the fire. "Why can't you behave like Brooke and Dylan? They're so polished, she'd coo," her words dripping honeyed poison. I once caught her whispering to Marcus that I was a remnant of Amelia, a ghost she aimed to banish. I confided in Marcus, my voice cracking with desperation. But he'd brush it off. "Cassandra's good for us, Ethan. Give it time," he'd say, his eyes shadowed by fatigue. I couldn't fault him entirely. He was piecing together a broken life, but each dismissal chipped away at our connection, leaving me hollow. The years dragged like chains. At school, I withdrew into silence, sketching origami in corners, earning whispers of that odd kid. Home was a battlefield. I'd hide in my room, but they'd hunt me down. At 12, Dylan ripped apart one of Amelia's birds, his laughter echoing as I tackled him in fury. Cassandra burst in, her palm cracking across my cheek. "How dare you attack my boy, you little savage?" she snarled, cradling him like the wounded. Marcus, hearing her twisted tale, just sighed and demanded my apology. I refused, barricading myself in tears until exhaustion claimed me. Those wounds scarred deep, fueling dreams of escape, of fleeing Willow Creek for a fresh horizon. But I was just a kid, armed only with memories and fragile paper wings. At 13, I unearthed Amelia's journal in a dusty attic box. Her elegant script leaped off the pages like a lifeline. Tales of her love for me, hopes I'd become compassionate and unyielding. "My dear Ethan, you're a treasure beyond measure. Never let shadows dim your light." I devoured her words, then added my own, venting isolation, rage, and visions of freedom. It became my sanctuary, a vow to break free. Middle school blurred in stoic endurance. I aced classes not for praise, but as my ticket out, devouring library books from business tomes to epic adventures. By 16, Marcus spoke of grooming me for Hayes Properties. In his oak-paneled office, beneath stern ancestral portraits, he declared, "You're the future, Ethan. This empire's yours." Pride warred with doubt. Did he mean it, or was it atonement for neglect? Cassandra seethed, muttering to Marcus that Dylan showed true promise. Not me. Dylan, the bully, a leader. It stung, but predictable. At 17, an acceptance from a distant university ignited hope. I packed essentials, Amelia's journal, a handful of origami, and gazed in the mirror, seeing not the broken boy, but a survivor. "This is for you, Mom," I whispered. Dawn broke as I boarded the bus, mist veiling the tree-shaded roads. No backward glance at the house that had caged me. Penniless at 18, I arrived in Pittsburgh, heart racing amid steel towers and thrumming streets. Carnegie Mellon awaited, chosen for its distance and aid. My dorm was a shoebox with sagging bunks. My roommate, Alex, a lively guy with a quick grin. "Where from, Ethan?" he prodded. "Small town, nothing worth mentioning," I deflected, and he let it drop. College hit like a torrent. Dense lectures, confident peers. I majored in business, half to honor Marcus's wishes, half to prove my mettle alone. But scholarships fell short. I juggled a cafe gig, the hiss of steam and coffee's bitter tang marking my shifts. It drained me, yet granted independence unseen in Willow Creek. Serving tables thawed my reserve. I chatted with regulars, absorbing their tales. An old patron, Clara, with her weekly cappuccino and worn novels, once peered at me. "Those eyes hold storms, but fire too. Don't chain yourself to yesterday." Her insight pierced, unearthing buried ache. Nights in the dorm, I'd confide in Amelia's journal. Small victories like exam triumphs, pangs watching classmates phone home. Marcus called sporadically, exchanges clipped. "You all right?" "Fine." I masked struggles, refusing vulnerability. Cassandra never reached out. Whispers from Marcus painted her brew thriving, deepening my outsider sting. Yet their disregard stung less. I was crafting my world. Friendships bloomed. Alex hauled me to games and parties, urging me to unwind. In econ class, Mia appeared. Vibrant curls, lively eyes. Borrowing a pen sparked chats. She was bold, humorous, empathetic. Mentioning Amelia once, she squeezed my hand. Losing her must have been hell. But look at you, fighting on. That's strength. For the first time, I felt seen. We bonded over late library nights, munching snacks, swapping aspirations. She dreamed of journalism to spark change. I shared visions of community-focused real estate, homes for the overlooked verdant spaces. Her encouragement made dreams tangible. But exhaustion loomed, past shadows surfacing. A shaky call from Marcus during a late shift. Come home for the holidays. We need you. Rage flared. What we? The clan that sidelined me? I declined, claiming exams, then huddled in the cafe's corner, hands shaking, guilt gnawing. That Christmas, I stayed put, pulling doubles amid twinkling lights. Alex's family welcomed me with hearty meals and laughter, but solitude later unleashed tears over Amelia's journal. I yearned for her joyful holidays, wondering if warmth awaited me. Sophomore year, I joined the Entrepreneurship Club, pitching a low-income housing idea drawn from Pittsburgh's grit. It won acclaim, landing a research gig on urban renewal. Triumph bloomed. I wasn't defined by rejection. Joy faded with a curt letter from Cassandra. Marcus sees potential in you at Hayes. Though I doubt it, I shredded it, fury boiling. No more their puppet. Final years flew. I tutored, saved fiercely, guarding independence. Mia remained my anchor, sparks hinting at more. But walls held firm. Graduation's cheers rang hollow. Marcus absent, just a card, and check I ignored. Sadness lingered, not rage. Our rift yawned wide. Degree in hand, I eyed Seattle or Boston for my empire. Sustainable builds, true homes. But fate intervened weeks later. Marcus's urgent call amid job hunts. Return, Ethan. Hayes needs you. The legacy's yours. I'm fading. Defiance warred with duty. I relented, craving validation. The Willow Creek sign twisted my gut. The manor loomed, chill as ever. Cassandra's saccharine welcome masked disdain. Marcus's hug was stiff, eyes haunted. You've changed, he murmured. Questions burned. Why the neglect? But I swallowed them, diving into work. Hayes Properties' glass headquarters buzzed. Marcus paraded me as successor, but skeptical glances abounded, especially Dylan's smug leer from his cushy role. Brooke handled PR. Cassandra lurked. Unofficial queen. Starting low as project manager felt like a trap. Cassandra's ploy to leash me with grunt work. I endured, poring over files. Once visionary, the firm now chased luxury under her sway, forsaking community roots. It clashed with my ethos. I pitched reforms, green housing, revitalized neighborhoods. Veterans nodded. Cassandra and Dylan scoffed. Idealistic nonsense, Dylan sneered. Marcus's silence wounded deepest. Climax hit in a boardroom clash over Dylan's resort plan, dooming families' homes. I countered with renewal blueprints. This is about people, not just profit. Silence fell. Marcus dismissed me as green. Dylan's grin fueled my storm out. In my childhood room, origami swaying like ghosts. I phoned Mia. I don't fit. Her soothe. You're enough without them. Comfort came, but resolve hardened. Stay or flee. Dawn found me at Marcus's door. He slumped over Amelia's photo, broken. I'm sorry, son. I failed you. Vulnerability pierced. I nodded, hope flickering amid hurt. But betrayal reignited when Dylan mocked my ideas publicly. Cassandra cackling. Marcus mute. I erupted. If this is your vision, count me out. I stormed away, packed, left a note of farewell, and fled at first light, pain and freedom entwined. He wandered highways, motels blurring, until Seattle called, distant, renewing. Salty breezes and rain-slick streets welcomed me. A dingy Rainier Valley rental sufficed. Savings ebbed, landing me at EcoBuild, a modest firm championing affordable homes. Paperwork and calls weren't thrilling, but passion thrived. Boss Victor Lang, rugged and wise, spotted my drive. Vision like yours is rare, Ethan. Own it. Echoing Amelia, it fueled me. Nights brought doubt, staring at cracks, missing Mia's voice. Calls thinned, but her pride bolstered. Live for you. Year 1, relentless grind. Market dives, negotiations, alliances. Completing our first complex. Families beaming, healed old wounds. Rejection stung. Dreams don't pay. But I refused profit's lure. Bar shifts weekends, honed grit amid rowdy crowds. A patron's tale of absent dad stirred Marcus' thoughts. I shoved them down. By year 2, acclaim grew. A feature hailed me as Seattle's rising star. Victor promoted me to lead a mega complex. Homes, green space, hub. 3 years' sweat yielded opening day joy. Kids' laughter, tears for Amelia. I'd built it alone. Then a nurse's call shattered peace. Marcus passed. Meet me. Secrets await. Heart seizing, I flew back. Rain mirroring my turmoil. I'll protect what I have, I vowed. Willow Creek's drizzle soaked the funeral home. Lily's scent cloying. Whispers trailed me. Eyes averted. Cassandra, poised in black, flanked by Brooke and Dylan, froze at my approach. What are you doing here? She spat, heels clicking like accusations. To honor my father, I countered, voice steel. Dylan's taunt, chasing cash. Rage simmered. I bypassed them to the casket. Marcus lay peaceful, regret surging. Sorry I wasn't there. I steered the service, Amelia's hymn, a eulogy of cherished days, ignoring their disruptions. Cassandra cornered me, post-rights. No inheritance for you? Exhausted, I retorted, I seek no gold, only closure. Hotel solitude beckoned. A woman in green appeared. I'm his nurse. This envelope's yours. Guard it. Paranoia laced her words. She vanished. Alone, I unsealed it. Marcus's scrawl, a notarized will. Forgive me, Ethan. I let grief blind me. Cassandra twisted everything. She intercepted calls, fed lies of my hatred, coerced a false will. Recordings exposed her plotting sales to rival Victor Kane. Marcus is dying. Ethan's gone. Trembling fury mixed with grief. He'd tried amends too late. Blame shifted. Action called. I enlisted lawyer Samuel Grant, veteran ally. Fraud's clear, he affirmed. We overturned this. Rumors flew, me as vulture, but evidence armored me. Extending Seattle leave, I shadowed the manor. Their laughter galled. Spotting their Mercedes at a law firm, I summoned Samuel. We stormed in, documents bared, Cassandra blanched. Lies! I unveiled proofs. You isolated us, schemed sales. Dylan lunged. The lawyer halted chaos. Accept exile? No suit, I offered. Defeated, they nodded, fleeing. A week tidied affairs. Assets mine. Manor became a kid's haven. Library. Garden with origami statue. Hayes reborn. Community focus. Old hood revived. Splitting cities, I honored roots sustainably. My tale closes not in triumph, but wisdom. Legacy's truth and compassion. Forgiving Marcus freed me. Manipulators faded. Willow Creek transformed. From prison to foundation. I carry Amelia's light, building for tomorrow's dreamers.